So it was the day of the freshers at my college, like the freshers orientation. And there was this guy speaking on the podium, and he was basically welcoming us, and he was informing us about the various events that were going to take place over the course of the semester. And this guy said, any comedians here, any guys who want to be stand-up comedians who write jokes and stuff? And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Every single, a lot of people were there. It was like around, I don't know how many people, but there were like a shitload of people in the auditorium at that time. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to, like, I have written some jokes and I'm going to perform them here. you know it's not going to be, it may not be the best performance ever, but it's going to be a performance, that's for sure. So while muttering fuck it under my breath for like 5 to 10 seconds, I went up to the stage, I performed the joke, and maybe out of sheer pity people clapped. And I think that was the day that I started becoming more um, comfortable with being uncomfortable. um, and I think since coming to college, I have been on this sort of mission to be more bold, I guess, just to be more bold. And I want to put myself out there more than I already do. And so recently, I signed up for this contest. Uh, it's not a contest per se; it was an event. Like, it was called Paracosm, and it was being held at my college in this auditorium. So I was like, you know what? Let me sign up for rap. Let me rap something. Let me spit some bars. And um, I went to the auditorium, and the info and before going to the auditorium, like a day before, I was informed that instrumentals were not going to be allowed, and I sort of like breathed. I breathed a sigh of relief. I was like, "Oh, thank God, I'm not going to have to perform," because I was like shit scared. I was like deathly afraid of performing again. But then later that night, I get a message saying that they now allow instrumentals, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm going to have to perform." Shit. And I told myself that, dude, you are not going to pussy out. You're going to like go up there and you're going to perform. The performance may be the shittiest performance in the history of performance, but you're going to perform. And I went to the auditorium the next day, and I performed. The audience was very less, and you know, after I was done, and this I don't know what these the speaker there was like, oh my god, that was totally a mood. And this one girl in the audience says, oh, was it? And I was like, yeah, it wasn't. Like, the performance was dog water, but you know what? It's fine. Like, to me, that felt fine. Like, the performance wasn't good. It wasn't even okay. It was horrible. But what matters is I performed. So now I'm finding it more. I'm finding myself becoming more comfortable with the idea of public speaking or public performing or just expressing myself in public in general. And I think that's the secret. That's, you just have to rip off the fucking band-aid. You just have to put yourself out there. And it's going to be a chore. It's going to be like a universal level feat at first. But once you just like break that barrier, it becomes easier as time goes by. Um, I think I'm going to perform more, whether that be rap or stand up comedy. But I think I for sure I'm going to perform more. And it's 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 good. The feeling that you get after is just so empowering, I guess. And just, you feel unstoppable. You feel unstoppable. You feel like you can conquer the world. And that's a good feeling to have. And I want to get used to that feeling. I want to get used to like speaking to or expressing myself in front of multiple people, like a shitload of people. And yeah, so when I say that you have to be more uncomfortable, it basically means that you have to get used to being uncomfortable. You have to get used to being it's exactly what it means. Get used to being uncomfortable. I do like the very concept of a cold shower. I don't know about all the other benefits, but I find that it's a good mental exercise. Like every single morning, I get up, I go to the shower, I stand into the shower. I'm like fuck, 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 fuck. Then I turn on the shower, cold water comes out, it hits my body. I'm like I'm gonna fucking die. But I think I'm really getting used to it now, and becoming uncomfortable is one of the first steps to becoming a person, a man, a person without fear. And obviously you can't ever be without fear, but you can overcome that if you just make get used to being uncomfortable. Like public speaking, I used to be deathly afraid of, and I still have a few reservations about it, but it does not seem as big of a feat as it did before. So yeah, I think just rip the band-aid off. Like it's I know it's like asking a lot, but you will thank yourself once you do it. You will you should pat yourself on the back once you're done ripping the band-aid off. Yeah.